Hello, everyone, and welcome to Money Monday. We are going to go ahead and get started here in just a moment. We're going to let you guys sign in, and we are, of course, live streaming this on YouTube as well. So if you are not yet on my YouTube channel, would love to see you there soon. Go ahead and subscribe because as we continue to do these, we will be posting them instantly on YouTube. So what is Money Mondays? For those of you guys that have never been here before or are a little newer even to Exit Strategy, Money Mondays is our Monday night classes. It is a weekly workshop on key things that I have learned in the industry and other people have learned in the industry and coached me and some of you on, more of a mastermind than anything else in the business. This week, what are we focused on this week? Well, it is a big topic, so we're going to break it down into a couple different segments, and I hope that they will be helpful to you. We are working on lead conversion. So not necessarily just lead generation, but lead conversion. So I'm going to dive right into this with you. And again, this is being recorded. So if you miss part of it or you want to go back and review it later, we will have everything for you right on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. This is the slideshow that we're going to be working off of this evening, and we're going to hop in and out of another outline as well. I'm going to try to keep this as organized as possible, given my natural tendency to go off on little tangents once in a while. We're going to hope the outline keeps me together, and there will be time for question and answer at the end. So what am I talking about tonight with you? It is lead conversion. And we're focusing on what I call relationship orbits. If you have been around me for a while, you've heard that term before. That's something that I coined, just thinking of like a web and getting people into your web or lead funnels. But I wanted it to be more positive than a web. Because web, you think like spiders and getting stuck in them. I don't know. Orbits, we're all in relationships of some sort with each other and with our clients. And so what I wanted to convert with you or conversate with you about tonight is the lead conversion process, how that flow goes. And I want you to start thinking with me more along the lines of not just spraying and praying, as we say that some people do, but that you actually want to strategize on the way in. How is a lead going to be touched by you over time and that relationship orbit brought into focus? So let's go ahead and get started with our slides for the evening. First one, good agents lead generate, great ones convert those leads. That is kind of a catch-all sentence. I don't think necessarily that's the most fascinating thing ever. These slides I have talked with some of you about before in the past, but what I want to focus on this evening specifically about these slides is the conversion process in terms of how you are generating the lead. And then hopefully after tonight, you will no longer have double data entry and you'll be able to create some really positive drip campaigns so that as leads come into you, you're going to be able to more likely convert them, not only just for their own business, but then referring their friends, their family, etc. So we're going to start this evening talking about, if you're at Exit Strategy, you'll know what I'm going to say next about our CRM, Wise Agent. It is one of the best ones out there. If you're not with Exit Strategy and you're listening or watching tonight, it's okay, because hopefully your CRM will be doing some of this stuff, or you can find a CRM that does it. There will be things that even at Exit Strategy, some things that I mentioned, you may not necessarily yet have set up. This is something that is going to be great for you with Find Out Fridays and one-on-one and small group coaching. So what I want to focus on with you this evening, first and foremost, is what is your lead flow? What is your lead flow? So just real quick with my background, I spent $1,500 a month on Zillow leads at one point. I was getting almost nothing out of that because I wasn't tracking and following up. I wasn't creating any sort of value proposition. I had no ongoing relationship with a lot of my clients, even past clients. So if you are listening to this and you are hearing, oh, well, Nick's kind of talking negatively about Zillow. It's not about Zillow or Redfin or OpCity or Realtor.com or anything else in terms of where the leads come from. It's how you treat the lead once you get it that I want to focus on with you tonight. I wasn't tracking my leads in my CRM. I didn't create drip campaigns. I was a mess. I don't think we even need to go through this whole list, guys. I was a mess. And what I want to focus on with you this evening is making sure that you don't follow in those old messy footsteps of mine, but instead work with me towards what I think will be the best possible game plan for you. So let's go into that. When your game plan is first put together, whether it's one-on-one with me in a small group, however we're going to do your game plan as part of your business plan, I want you to figure out what people are going to feel when they come into your relationship orbit. So when they come in as a buyer lead, a seller lead, or a general lead, what's the first thing that's going to happen with you? So hopefully your first thing that you're going to do is you're going to instantly engage them, whether that is if it came in as a text or a social media message or a phone call, whatever. I'm going to personally make sure that they instantly go into our CRM. If I were you, I would do that. So how does that happen? Let's think about the lead flow on the way in. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to make that screen a little smaller, and then I'm going to go into something that I just posted from earlier today. So I do a lot of social media based business, which is a blessing, in terms of that's where I get a lot of my business from, but I do a lot of posting to get those relationships started. A lot of our agents at Exit Strategy, I see posting, but they don't always have what I call lead capture. So you can say, oh, this was great, this happened to me today, but where's the lead capture? Where is the call to action? The call to action. So I was lucky enough today to have 2 different clients that closed with me as buyers. I talked a little bit about each transaction in this post, but then what I want you to focus on with me is this last sentence here. This last sentence here, where it says text Libert to 85377 for my digital business card. Now, as a social media post, why is that something that I would do versus a hyperlink, etc.? I'll tell you why. Number one, hyperlinks do not do well in social media. This is not a social media class, but we do know that when you put a hyperlink somewhere, like to a landing page, etc., it traditionally, instantly, social media has decided, no matter what the platform, that that is some sort of ad, and that therefore you are not going to get a lot of attention on social media. It's not going to be high up in the feeds. You want to make sure that it's high as possible in the feeds. So do not put hyperlinks in your posts. I see a lot of people doing that. Graphics, not great for posts. However, if you have pictures and then a call to action in the comments or in the description that has a text code versus a hyperlink, guess what happens? You get more responses. There's a call to action, and then that text message code goes to, if you're at Exit, your digital business card. But I want to take this one step further with you tonight, because we're all about these lead funnels, right? I want to go into where you can go with your digital business card. I want to expand on what you can potentially do with that. So I'm going to take us into ExitRealty.com. If you are not with Exit, it's all good. Hopefully you have some sort of alternative to a digital business card. I know there are some vendors out there that can do them for you. At Exit, though, if you have the digital business card and you haven't played with it a little bit, toyed with it a little bit, let me make a suggestion for you this evening. Go into the right-hand side of your ExitRealty.com Exit Resource Center and scroll down to the mobile business card. It's the second option. And see where it says in the middle, MBC, mobile business card, auto reply settings. So notice where it will automatically say the little link to your digital business card. And the digital business cards are great. They're great. But I want to encourage you to have an extra item of value. We have talked a little bit at our office, and maybe not enough yet, about landing pages. I've been using whoever that is that's unmuted, please, or unmuted, please mute yourself. Thank you so much. If you have in the past set up a Linktree is great. That is an item of value. You can have a Linktree that puts all your items of value together. But I'm going to take you one step further tonight. If you're at our office, I would love to see you work in your Wise Agent landing page to make that item of value also be lead capture. So automatically though, when you are in your mobile business card, even if you don't have anything changed on the mobile business card options, and it just says this link that I've got highlighted right now, if you can see my screen, it will still send you the information on who texted you. So when I have that post up, like I just showed you, and someone texts that number, so they text Libert, L-I-B-E-R-T, to 85377, that's going to send me a nice notification saying, hey, this person just texted you. I don't want you to have to ever do double data entry again. So if you have not already set up your Exit Realty subscription to Wise Agent, it takes 5 seconds to make sure that all the exit tools go directly into your Wise Agent CRM. So let me show you how to do that. So first of all, anything you want to change on your mobile business card, if you want to do the Linktree, which I've shown you guys how to do in the past, but I'm more than happy to do that again. That's an option. The second option is a landing page through Wise Agent, which we have a landing page for each one of you in Wise Agent. You could do see all my items of value. So when they text, they see that, and then they get the digital business card at the same time, or you can just leave it as is. But either way, when they text you, I want that automatically to go into your CRM. How do you do that? If you don't already have that set up, you're going to go into same place that we're at. Basically, you're going to go on this right-hand side, and you're going to scroll down to settings and preferences. And then you're going to click on Wise Agent settings. So I'm so excited that Exit Internet decided. I'm hearing something. Hey guys, if you are not muted, please mute yourself. Thank you. And I'm excited. So I'm actually going to go figure out which one of you is Mia. Hello, I'm going to go ahead and mute you, my friend. Thank you. All right. So everybody, Wise Agent, they have an API key. What's an API key? I honestly don't know. But it stands for something important when you're trying to make sure that you never have to do double data entry again. What the Wise Agent settings are on this API key, you're going to go into your Wise Agent account, and then you're going to go back into your Exit Realty account in just 1 second. So in Wise Agent, you're going to click on integrations and then settings. And some of you guys may have already done this, so this is not new to some of you. But then you're going to go into the API keys, and you're going to copy that API key, and you're going to go into Exit Realty, their little spot that we were just at, under settings and preferences, and the Wise Agent settings. I've already got mine set up. You probably, maybe don't, maybe do. If you don't, that's the way to do it. Now, once you do that, what's going to happen? Once you do that, what's going to happen? Every time that someone texts you in that digital business card, it's going to go straight into Wise Agent. All it's going to say, though, at this point, is it's just going to have their cell phone number. It's just going to have their cell phone number. So what do you need to do? Well, let's go back into our slides, and let's talk about this game plan for a second again. So we are going to, when we get their contact information off of lead capture, so anything like the text message codes, anything like that, You're going to get that cell phone number. Put it in Forewarn, your app, Forewarn app, Forewarn. If you don't know how to use Forewarn, we'll talk about it at the end. I'm absolutely happy to do a Q&A on that too. But Forewarn's going to, once you have the cell phone number, it's going to tell you who that is. And then we're going to do what? We've already done number one because they're in your CRM, except we don't know whether they're a buyer or seller lead yet, right? Well, we're going to start to interact with them. We're going to talk about how to do a drip campaign in a second. We're going to also instantly, item 2, add them on social media. Which social media should you add them on? Here's my suggestion. LinkedIn. Some of you guys have heard this so many times from me. You're probably so tired of it. I'm sorry. But here's why I love LinkedIn. You can export the contact information, except you're already getting their contact information, most of it, or at least a good amount of it, when you go into Wise Agent. But once you got their name, you can actually go in and, for example, this is a person who has a birthday today. That's a friend of mine, client of mine as well. Stayed in touch with them over the years, moved back to Chicago, bought a condo through me. I did not have this person's birthday, shame on me. But then I looked on LinkedIn and guess what? There's the birthday, all right? Along with a bunch of other contact information. That's why I like LinkedIn so much. But more importantly, even than just having additional information that then you can go into Wise Agent and put in there. I want these people, if they're strangers, we're talking about relationship orbits and the funnel and the lead flow tonight. I want these people to actually start to get to know you better just through your LinkedIn and start to believe in you as an agent and as someone they want to refer their friends and family to because of LinkedIn. Now, how is that humanly possible? I'm going to show you. If you go into my profile, which is not the best, but I am always trying to work on it and better, and I hope that you are working on yours too. I do post stuff myself. So client closings, new listings, all that good stuff. However, I also have connected with LinkedIn. I've also connected with LinkedIn and RoomView, RoomView. If you are at our office, we already have an account set up for you. You just need to connect them. This is the cool stuff that it does. If you are struggling with video, if you're struggling with content, anything like that, look at that. There's an error on something in there. So great. I have to go fix something. But that was a completely done for me video that all of you have access to at our office as well. Why is that important? Because I know, guys, that we are all busy. We're all busy. We all are struggling with having enough time in our day to do different things. So guess what? We have content provided for you that automatically goes to your page. I'm going to show this to you, some other samples of what it's doing for me. Okay, Tracy, I saw you just raise your hand. Hold on one moment. And let me get into the couple other things I want to show you first, though, about these. So this is all the activity. I just want to go to posts, because posts are what obviously is coming from not only myself, but from this RoomView stuff. So there is the Chicago market update. How much is your home worth? Which, by the way, got me a listing lead the other day because somebody was looking at that. Look at the impressions on these. I'm noticing that some of these are getting better, more impressions even than some of my personal content. So that one, all right, y'all are too cute. That's why you got 600 and something impressions on that from a week ago. But the RoomView stuff does very good on its own, and it's done for you. If you maybe have more time than me to do videos and edit them and all that, props to you, great. But for the rest of us, I want to at least give you a push in the right direction of video, because I personally, even with all the resources that I'm blessed to have in terms of office and people and technology and years of experience, I still don't have the time or the desire to play in video all day. So this is a tool to get you into video and into more lead capture and building these relationship orbits through LinkedIn with these people as they come in to your world, and keep them in your world. So Tracy, go ahead, and you had a question. By the way, guys, if you are messaging, if you're putting stuff like in the message to me or to the group, I can't see it because I'm sharing my screen. So Tracy, go ahead, and you already did it. Unmuted yourself. Thank you so much.
It is just like a finger slip. It's all okay now.
I'm sorry, what, Tracy?
I don't have a question.
Oh, well, sure.
Sorry, my bad.
No worries. Well, good to talk to you anyway. All right. Well, if anyone does have a question, feel free to go ahead and raise your hand, and then we will kind of get to you as we go. But if you already have RoomView and you already signed up for that, you're done. That part of the night is over. You don't have to worry about that. If you haven't signed up for it yet, we have the free account for you through the office, and then it connects to LinkedIn with one push, one button. It's all you have to do, and I can coach you through that. Beyond that, I don't need you to pay for any extra stuff with it. It can connect and post to other social media platforms, but I'll tell you, I'm just taking the content from LinkedIn and from RoomView. If you sign in directly to your account that I gave you, you can then download and repost the rest of that information everywhere else for free. Wink, wink. So don't spend money. Because one of the other things I want to talk to you about tonight as we go through these slides, cost of sales. Cost of sales. If you don't have a game plan, it's much tougher to get leads and convert leads. But also cost of sales overall. If you're not tracking what you're spending, you have no idea really where to spend and pivot in your business. The cheaper I can make it for you. So for example, Laura Bell is on tonight. Laura Bell is our in-house photographer. We decided to add a staff member while some other companies are laying people off. We decided to add Laura, who's a master photographer, to our listings because we wanted to help you bring down what? The cost of sales, or COS, and also guarantee that you had great quality and lots of tools on your listings. That's part of our game plan. Another asset to you, besides what we've already been talking about, is Zenlist. Zenlist. If you are not yet on Zenlist and you are at our office, guys, oh man, let me help you, please. Even yet tonight, I'll stay up till at least 11 p.m. and help you get connected on Zenlist. Zenlist is great for buyers and sellers. If you're going to go and follow this game plan, and let me make this slideshow bigger again so you can see it. Number one, we're adding them into our CRM. In my new standard, for myself at least, and hopefully you'll adapt this as well, if you are connecting your phone to your Wise Agent account through Google, and you have what I just showed you, that all your texting from Exit, all your text codes go directly to Wise Agent, and we've got RoomView on your social media, all you got to really do is then add them into social media, and then send them the Zenlist app as your second big touch to them. Why is that important? Because Zenlist has so many things that it does that no other platform for properties do. And if you're even just a seller that doesn't even want to stay in the area, you have no interest in looking for a new house for yourself in the area, you still want to know what's on the market and what's recently sold in the area, right? So Zenlist is great for everyone. Please send them your Zenlist app right away. So you've got that ability to instantly push off with Zenlist. Then what do you have? What else is in your game plan? What else is in your toolbox for them? Your digital buyer or seller presentation. Now, here's another cool new thing for those of you that may have seen some of these things or slides before, maybe with me. Here's what you don't know. Now that you have shown you how to hook up your Exit Realty and Wise Agent to connect and work and talk together, guess what else works great right with Wise Agent? Buyer or seller. I'm sorry if there's whoever's talking. Don't think they are listening to me. Hold on one second. Let me make sure to mute them. All right. So let me go back to that screen. Shoot, hold on one second, guys. There we go. Your digital seller and buyer presentations now work directly with Wise Agent if you send them from where? Your Exit Realty Connect app. Now, that's something I haven't talked about too much lately, the Exit Realty Connect app. If you don't have it downloaded from the iPhone or the Android store, do it right now. Please do it right now. Here's why. It works with Wise Agent. So when you send a digital buyer presentation or a digital seller presentation through the mobile app, what's it doing? Sending it to them by what? Text. So guess what's happening? It's then sending Wise Agent, the Exit Realty Connect app is sending Wise Agent that number so that it's a what? Reminder to you. Oh, wow, I sent somebody, maybe it was a stranger at a open house. A lot of us are using the Exit Realty Connect app at an open house. I'm sending them my digital presentation. And then guess what? Now that phone number is in my inbox. Guess what else works now with Wise Agent and the Exit Realty integrations? Your Exit Realty website. Your Exit Realty website. We're going to have a whole separate training on that. And Laura and I are going to work together to make sure that everybody's domain names are updated and all that good stuff. We're going to work very hard with you guys on that because the Exit Realty website templates, when someone reaches out to you through that website template, it goes right into Wise Agent now if you have it set up. So why not use your Exit tools because they're working right with Wise Agent? So you've got the digital seller, digital buyer presentations. We talked about Zenlist. Next up, meeting a face-to-face. That is a non-technical thing, non-technology thing. But have you been using Calendly yet? Calendly. I love Calendly. Some of you guys that have regularly coached with me know that's what I use for you guys with coaching. Let me give you a little hint for you, those of you that have never worked with me before. If you go to my little Linktree landing page, which will very soon just be a Wise Agent landing page, because I want everything to be in our systems. And I don't like to pay for stuff. It's free for you guys, all the stuff that we're talking about tonight. If you go into Calendly, which does have a free version, they have really cool little assets for you. If you click on in my little Linktree, schedule time with Nick, look at the different options that you can make for people. Now, the free version of this has some of the functionality. It doesn't have the entire thing, but it has a good amount of it. But you can go in on Calendly and, as a consumer, schedule time with me, just like you can set up your Calendly to set up time with what? Your consumers. It then asks them a few key questions. So for example, if I click on seller consultation, and then I say, okay, I'm a seller, And then they can schedule with me. Now, this is about time blocking, all that good stuff. Look what it asks for next. Name, email, phone number, right? What happens then? Calendly puts it in a CSV file. You can export that CSV file right into Wise Agent, so that if somehow you missed somewhere else tracking out how this person came to you, the minute they schedule their first appointment with you, it's going to be right in your Wise Agent. So you've got to figure out if you are still setting up all your systems or figuring out your lead flow. If you're not in Calendly, if you're not getting everything from Exit Realty into Wise Agent, you are making double data entry for yourself, and it's making it harder for you to get that lead flow and lead conversion going. Okay, so let's go back into, after talking about that face-to-face meeting, which again, you can set up through Calendly. Let's now talk about Cloud CMA. Cloud CMA also works with Wise Agent. So we're talking so much tonight about orbits, but realizing Wise Agent seems to be in your orbit no matter what you are trying to do anymore, right? Oh no, how terrible if you're not using Wise Agent yet. We will get you there if you're struggling with it. Let me go back that screen. So Cloud CMA. Now that, notice I didn't say for a seller or a buyer. It's for everybody. I believe that ZenList is for everybody, and I believe that Cloud CMA is for everybody. Why is that? Because as a buyer, don't you want your buyers to understand what's going on in the area too? So that is very key when you are first starting to talk to people and you talk to them about your value proposition. Isn't part of your value proposition to make sure they get the best value, not only as a seller, but as a buyer? Cloud CMA integrates with Wise Agent. So you can set them up on an automated drip, even just for a Cloud CMA for their area, even just for a Cloud CMA for their area. So if you've got somebody that they say they want to be in a certain neighborhood, you can set them up on a Cloud CMA right in Wise Agent that's sending them a drip monthly, just an update. Great for sellers, but also great for buyers. How do you integrate Wise Agent and Cloud CMA? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm trying to think of everything that you may not have yet set up so we can get it all done in one meeting tonight, or at least get you started working on a checklist so you and I can continue to work on that checklist one-on-one or in small groups. So let's go into our integrations again in Wise Agent. We're going to click on that settings button. We talked a lot about this last week. If you didn't come to Find Out Fridays, don't worry. I think we have that on, I've got it on my YouTube channel. But look at this, Cloud CMA right in the integrations. And so there's an API key, but it doesn't come from Wise Agent this time. It comes from Cloud CMA. So join me, friends, on a little bit of a journey as we go over to my MLS, just like you have the same MLS. Now, if you are not in our MLS, so for some reason, because I think we have one or two people that signed up that are with Exit in a different area, which is super cool. Hi, friends. You may not recognize the screen because you're not in our local MLS, and that's okay. You may or may not have through your MLS access to Cloud CMA. I think it is the best CMA product. So do obviously the people at Wise Agent, because that's why that is the CMA product that they chose to integrate with their CRM. So if you click on Cloud CMA within the little toolbox of our MLS, let me show you again how I did that. You go into the toolbox at the top right-hand side of your Connect MLS, and then there's that Cloud CMA button. And that's when you're going to open up into Cloud CMA. And you can see I've got some CMAs here from the last couple of days, one of which I was helping out one of our agents. I'm always happy to help you with a CMA, particularly if you're going to use Cloud CMA. And then you're going to go into account settings in Cloud CMA. And then whoever's got, please mute yourself. Thank you. And then go into integrations. I had to think about that for a second. and then scroll down to the bottom and look, it says Cloud CMA is an API key. So you're going to do the reverse of what we did with Exit. You're going to do the reverse of what we did with Exit, and you're going to copy the API key from Cloud CMA into your Wise agent, okay? Into your Wise agent. So I would have got mine done. So then you can just do the exact same thing. Just cut and paste right there and connect them. What is the value of that? What is the value of that? Well, number one, you can do the automation where all your sellers get the drip of the CMA from Cloud CMA monthly, or however often you set it up for. It's one and done. Then it's just sending them everything in their area that's sold. You can do it's great. Also, though, for buyers, it's just a trickle. It's a drip to start that relationship or build value in that relationship. Not everybody's going to run out and buy with you right away. Not everyone's going to really buy into you right away. If you are not doing things like this, you may not convert a lead. You may not build the relationship. You may not get the referrals. So the people, both of the guys that I close deals with today, to go back to a live real world example, because I think sometimes you hear from certain coaches and you realize they haven't sold real estate in years. These guys today, Quinn was referred by a friend who closed, had a good transaction, and now gets my monthly stuff. It left an impression on the friend that then referred this guy. This guy found me on a website, interviewed me and 3 other agents in the neighborhood, all 3 of whom I knew. Super awkward. He goes, "You are the only one that sent me that app, Zenlist. You're the only one that sent me a here's how to buy a house, the digital buyer presentation, guys." And then he actually interviewed me and one other person a second time, and I sent him a CMA on the area. Here's what's going on in the area. So here's my app, and then here's a market analysis on the area before he ever looked at a first property. Why is that relevant? Because it showed him that I understand the market. How would you do something like that? Well, let me show you quickly. You would just go into Cloud CMA through the MLS. Already showed you how to use the little API key, but this is how you would just very quickly do a CMA for a neighborhood. Just something to send them to start the conversation or build the relationship. I'm going to say, I want to know everything that is a 2-bed, 2-bath. Use my own neighborhood as an example. 2-bed, 2-bath condos that sold in my neighborhood in the last month. What has specifically gone on in the last month? Well, there's 43 matches, but I'm going to go a little bit further. I'm going to say it has to have 1 garage space. Well, we're not way. Well, we're at 30. And maybe I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's relevant. Oh, and I want a master bath, a primary. They should say primary now. So yes, I'd say full. Oh, how about a washer dryer? Trying to think about how to narrow things down. And you wouldn't have to necessarily narrow it down even that close, but I like to do stuff that's a little bit more focused to them. So let's, if we say want to add appliances, let's add washer dryer. Now you can also do the hookup, but we're not going to try to get that detailed into this today. All right, so let's do washer, and then obviously probably dryer. Now we're down to 21 matches. That's about as good as I'm going to get. View results, and then just boom, here we go. All 21 selected. Click on Cloud CMA, and it's going to go in there. What this is doing is showing him or her or them, they, that's showing them what's going on in the neighborhood and making it a little bit more of a realistic outlook on the neighborhood, on the market, because you will see people asking questions about market time, about what can I get something for less than list price, or how much off can I get? What kind of discounts can I get? When was the last time you sent them in advance a report that looked something like this? Now, those of you guys that use Cloud CMA every day know this stuff already. But I'm going to send map of all listings, comparable property stats, my exit marketing suite flyer, maybe not as a buyer. I think I can take that out. Keep my Zillow reviews, they're automated. And then this is the beauty of it. You can send them this report. You can also text it to them. You can do all different kinds of things with this. I love the live link. What if you made a video for them of the Cloud CMA? What if you made a video for them of this Cloud CMA? All you do to make a video, this would be also great for FSBOs and expireds, by the way. See when you on the top left-hand side of the live link, look where it says start a virtual meeting. Now I can't show you how once it's in Zoom, because obviously we're already in Zoom, but you would just press record and start walking them through the market analysis. But this was what got that guy to work with me over another very good agent, by the way. I walked him through the comps of here's what's going on in the neighborhood right now. There are some really great graphs that you can do in terms of not only the comps, but average, like time to sell, average pricing, not online valuations. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. There we go. Sold date, sold price. There's the averages, average time on market, which that's helpful for sellers. There's also the what is the average sale versus the asking price. So see the average pricing. Let's go to that one. So see the stats up here on the top right-hand side. Average price, high price, low price, average days on market. And I'm not finding exactly what I want to show you. Shoot, hold on one second. Because I want to show you the not time to sell, not average pricing. I want to show you like the price versus what they actually sold for. Because there's the individual one and there's one for the group too. See all these different cool things you can show people if you haven't worked on this stuff yet. I really, really like this. One other great thing that you can show them is online valuations. So notice the sold price versus the Zestimate. That's always a fun one. So here's one that the Zestimate was $515, sold for $710. Not maybe our favorite example, but then there's some other ones that, you know, let's see here. 3.8% average versus, you know, there's just, they're not always accurate, but I want to find you one more button. Oh, I'm sorry, this is taking me a minute, guys. Just be patient, please. I want to show you. Oh, where is it? I'm losing my patience with this. I wanted to show you guys like average. It's not the average price. It's the sold price versus the asking price on these. And I'm not finding that button right now. I may have to get back to you on that. So I apologize. But this is, I think overall, what I wanted to show you is this is such a valuable tool for explaining, walking people through what exactly is going on in the market. There we go. Okay, average price per square foot. Notice average pricing is there. Let me show you that one. Sold date, sold price. That's not the button. Oh, I may have to get back to you on that. The home button, also notice these things that I've done over here with the buyer's guide and the seller's guide. You can add those in as a custom page. You can add those in as a custom page. And then here's the button. Hallelujah. Here's the button. 11 days on market and 99.2% of list price. So that is the average. So what I can tell a buyer, no, you're not getting 20% off in some cases, but look at some of these. So this one, it sold for 420. Look at the buttons that you can do. See how valuable this is? This is actually, he and I did this on a Zoom the second time that we spoke. And this is what got him to choose me over another very qualified realtor, by the way. I won't mention the person's name. They're really good. They weren't an exit. They were really good though. Original price 475, 450 list. Sold price 88.4%. Wow, that's a big drop, right? So see these little, this was the type of stuff that you can show someone to say, okay, not everybody is going for full ask if they're saying the market's too hot. If they're saying, oh, I want a 20% discount. Well, no, not really. There was 639. This one sold for 650, 101%. So walk people through this stuff as you are first getting to know them. It may be why some of us are not losing a lot of clients as we walk them through homes for the first time. People call those people that are doing things like this back. They come back out for a second time. I do coach some people that they really struggle with, well, I got them out one time, then they stop calling me back, or they didn't seem that motivated. Or then you see 4 months later, 3 months later, 3 weeks later sometimes, oh, look, there they are with some other realtor. What happened? You didn't do enough to build a relationship. You just went out and popped them through a couple houses. Do this stuff with them through Cloud CMA, get them on Zenlist, send them your digital seller presentation, digital buyer presentation, walk them through this stuff, create the drip campaign of value, invite them to our stuff that's coming up. You know, there's always something going on. Invite them to the next thing. Send them your monthly newsletter. So let's end with the monthly newsletter conversation and then see if there's Q&A. Questions from you guys. Hopefully I will have answers and they won't take as long as that one little slide I was trying to find you with the average prices. So let's go into marketing. We're back in Wise Agent. So there's all these different, you got drip campaigns, you got landing pages, newsletters. It is the baseline. I talked to you guys so much last week about Wise Text and how much I love it. Newsletters are still relevant. A nice email newsletter is still a great baseline to say, hey, I'm alive and things are going on in the world. When you click on the newsletters in Wise Agent, they have one pre-done for you in English and in Spanish every month. In English and in Spanish every month. You also can completely customize all of this. The disconnect that a couple of us have had is like, well, it doesn't come out on a certain day of the month automatically anymore because you're supposed to, I should say supposed to, you have the option to do more than one version of this. So in other words, you can do one for sellers, one for buyers. A lot of us just want one to go out. So you have the option to make it go out whatever day you want to at this point. I'm going to not force a certain day on people yet. Some of you have asked for it to go out on a certain day. You can set that day. So they have the version for you all done. And it is completely customizable to you. It has all the little articles and stuff, just like the old ones we used to have. They've got actually some cute things, some things that maybe I don't want. As an agent, you can take anything out you don't like. So I don't like that top. I think it's cheesy for this August one. So you can just take it out. You need to categorize where people are in terms of not only location, but what type of need do they have? What is their category? If you don't categorize them and they are just in general, they at least have to have some category. Maybe you have a contact category named general, but you have to put them into categories in order to send them anything, whether it is a text, whether it is a newsletter, anything. You have to categorize them. There is no such thing as a uncategorized contact that still gets something. So just remember, it takes 5 seconds to categorize someone. It should take you no seconds to put people in your database once you've got it set up. Because why? I don't want you to do anything anymore that doesn't have lead capture, social media, open houses, any of it. And I want to ensure that everything that you do automatically goes into your CRM. That is my challenge for you tonight. That is my challenge for you tonight. Figure out, with my help or maybe on your own, whether you are going to really adapt to what I'm asking you to adapt to, which is you no longer double data enter. You only edit and enhance what is in your CRM. Once you've got all this set up, you should not have to be entering first name, last name, anything like that in the CRM. It's either being put in your phone, they're filling out a landing page, they're responding to a text, they're responding to it with a text code. Something is happening where automatically the basics are going into Wise Agent. And then from the basics, you're going to go back in and you're going to start figuring out who they are, what they need, putting them in the right category, and then doing the baseline of general newsletter, then moving them into, are they a seller? Are they a buyer? I want to show you one more thing, and then we will get to Q&A, I promise. Drip campaigns. Drip campaigns. Oh, look at all the drip campaigns. If you have not pressed this little button called marketing and then gone to the drip campaigns, please do it. It is eye-opening. You can click on add program. You may have nothing in the screen yet. Don't worry. Takes just a second to start playing in it. Go into add stock program, and there's all these stock programs right in there for you. Check them out. They're really, really good. You've got renter programs, seller programs, buyer programs, past client programs. They're in Spanish too. They're in Spanish too. Almost too many, but I want you to play in them a little bit and figure out which ones you like. Here's what I do want to encourage you also, though, to do is that when you start looking at a campaign, I want you to really work on making sure it's a multi-channel campaign, Because here's one thing I've noticed. Right now, in this sample campaign of theirs, it is all email. It's all email. I don't want just email. I want a campaign that is dripped on, if they've got a cell phone, they're getting some text messages through your Wise text. They are getting some emails, okay? And then Wise Agent already has a lot of these emails pre-built for you. So look at this. This is an expired one. There's a little cute graphic from them. There's just a little touch from them. You can add in a video. You can change anything out you want to, but they've got the basics there. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a text instead? Like there was a text that came out one day, an email that came out another day, maybe even a direct mail piece if you got their home address. But you've got to put this together so that it's a multi-channel campaign. Otherwise, what happens is maybe they unsubscribe to the emails. Maybe they don't read their emails. Maybe it goes into the wrong folder. I don't know. Maybe you don't have a cell phone number, so you can't just rely on just text either. We've been working, a couple of us together, on some suggestions I've had for you, and some of you have taught me some cool stuff. Everything should be a multi-channel campaign because we don't know who's going to react to what. All right. So the drip campaigns, just set up a basic one and start. You just have to get going. That's all you got to do. Just take some time, 30 minutes, send it to yourself. I sent it to myself first. And I got to tell you, I was kind of impressed with, I forgot about it. And all of a sudden I get a text message at 7 a.m. Still looking, that kind of stuff. Really just easy touches, because those are the baselines that prompt people. And then from there, that's when you say, okay, well, would you like to go out this weekend? Tell me what you need. You start tracking them in their Zen list. See, I've got 120 something people in Zen list right now. Some of you have hundreds of people. I've been shocked. Some of you are doing so good with Zen list. This is great. Like, well, look, this is somebody that's on 3 minutes ago. This is one of my clients that was on a minute ago. Don't you think that I probably should check in with this person and say, hey, what would you like to go see this weekend? Or are you going to go check out these open houses? Because these automatically, by the way, when they pick stuff, automatically reminds them that there's open houses. There's a whole tab for them of all the open houses. So, guys, we have so much technology. We have so much you can do. You've just got to come up with a baseline using this checklist. We didn't even talk about birthdays. I'm not going to talk about birthdays tonight. I like to keep these to an hour or less. Put them in a birthday campaign. Just sync it up. Put them in a birthday campaign. Send a text message. We've talked about what is it? What do I call it? Not card snap. Oh, hold on. Let me look at it. Card snacks. I had a whole training on card snacks, guys. Easy stuff. This is how you make more with less, is you just create this game plan. I've already given you the basics. I just need you to take some time in your Wise Agent and set it up. All right, let's see. I'm going to stop the share for a second. I'm going to go ahead and it's still broadcasting on YouTube. Let me see if there is anything. No, we don't have any questions. We had Laura Bell sending her link for those of you guys that want to schedule your photos paid for by the office. Does anybody have questions, though? I talked a long time. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask. Any questions?
Hello, Nick.
Hi, Linda.
Hi. You mentioned Forewarn that
Yes.
you would talk about a little bit about that.
I will talk very briefly about it. Yes. So I do have a full post in the coaching blog. And actually, I think everyone that is on here at this point is from our office. Yay. So if you listen to this or see this later and you're not an exit strategy, it is not an exit strategy tool. It is a MRAD, our MLS tool. If you're a member of CAR or if you're a member of MORE, you have access to Forewarn. So Linda, what is Forewarn? It is an app for your phone. It is free through the Chicago Association of Realtors or the Main Street Organization of Realtors, and it gives you information on people. So if you've got a cell phone number, it'll tell you who that number belongs to. If you've got a name, it will give you most likely address as well as some other information on them. It is a great cross-reference, kind of like a security thing. And also for those of us that are prospecting, it is amazing for prospecting. If you go into the coaching blog, Linda, I have a lot more detail on it. So I'm going to show you right now, for those of you guys that are in Exit Strategy, you all have access to the coaching blog. You all have access to the coaching blog. And then all you need to do once you're in there to get the link to Forewarn is you type Forewarn. And then that's going to give you the information on Forewarn, how to sign up for it. And it's free through both Chicago Association of Realtors, there's the link, and then through the Main Street Organization of Realtors, there is the link. So, I'm on the screen. Let me share my screen. Got that? You can tell it's the end of the night. So if you go into my coaching blog, so you go to teamliber.com and then you click on the private coaching blog, it'll open up right into our private office Facebook group. I'm sorry, we'll go into my coaching blog, and then that is for everybody at Exit. And then right in here, when you search at the top, you click on a little search button and you type in Forewarn, Forewarn, and it's going to pop up this chain of training. And right down at the bottom of that, there is the Forewarn link from Chicago Association of Realtors and from the Main Street Organization of Realtors. So guys,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome, Linda. You'll love it. You will absolutely love that app, and it's free. Free 99, my favorite price.
Okay,
There's whitepages.com, etc. Not as powerful, and they don't track cell phones. So I think there may be another question or two. I'm going to ask you guys to set up some one-on-one or small group coaching for some questions. We have been here an hour. I loved it. I appreciate you guys being here on a Monday night. What is next? What is next? So if you need one-on-one or small groups, set them up. I will be at the Cottage Grove office for training tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm not hosting. I'm not doing it. I'm going to sit there in the audience with you, but I am bringing you treats and bagels. One more thing to note, if you have not seen Karen Mika in the last 24 to 48 hours, congratulate her. She is our latest person to cap and go to 100% commission. And then our next Money Mondays is in not one Monday, I'm going to give you a break, but 2 Mondays. It is the path to investing as an independent contractor. It is going to teach you or help you put out a roadmap together Monday the 15th at 8 p.m. as to best practices to structure your taxes, your tax returns, and potentially any corporation you set up in order to buy real estate for yourself in the future. It's also going to be very helpful for you coaching clients that are small business owners or independent contractors like yourself. Some things to think about as you're structuring your business and filing your taxes. So a little bit more meat and potatoes, nothing to do with Cloud CMA or Wise Agent or Zenlist. I promise it will have nothing to do with any of that, but it will be very valuable information because I really want you guys to consider investing in more real estate because that is what we are here to do for other people. We should be doing it for ourselves. Thank you very much for being here tonight. This is on YouTube. Catch it again. See you tomorrow at Cottage Grove or somewhere else this week, online or in person. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.